Hello and welcome to Brain Date, the dating game show where we tap the electricity in the contestants' minds, pump it into the grid of love, and find who lights up for who. I am the Gold Brain, and now it's time to meet the contestants. On the Blue Brains, we have Dan. Dan has just finished recording a musical CD. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
In the process of recording, so it hasn't been recorded yet. Yeah.
Is it just all in your mind? Or?
No, it's down on paper. It's down on paper. I'm doing the live scene at the moment, so I'm doing a few live jam nights up on the Sunshine Coast and that.
The second of the Blue Brains is Mark. And Mark's from Ireland.
Yeah, I'm from Belfast. I'm over in Australia for a year working holiday, and hopefully I can extend it.
So he's looking for a bit of marriage love, obviously.
Yes. Just give me a call.
Third on the Blue Brains is Scott, and he is aligned with Satan.
Well, what can I say? I've been supporting him for 10 years now and making sure the Brisbane metal scene is just thriving in Queensland. So if you like your metal, get out there and get to your local gigs and support your local metal bands.
With the Pink Brains, we have Rebecca. And Rebecca is one of the fantastic twins we've got on this week's episode.
Yes, my twin sister's just down the road there.
Are you the oldest?
Yes, by 20 minutes.
The second on the Pink Brains is Amanda. And Amanda's interested in television and often helps out on interesting and unusual shows. Can you tell us about some of those?
Oh, I wouldn't really want to mention on a show like this, or steam to this, but just around the traps I like to put a hand in.
And the third on the Pink Brains is Kate, the second of the twins.
Yes, that would be me.
So Kate, do you often have a little bit of knowing what each other's thinking?
We used to do flips over stools onto mattresses when we were younger, and I actually hurt my head and had a scar for a few years, and now it's disappeared and my sister has the scar. I do, I have a scar here.
Okay.
And we can't think of anything in our history where I hurt myself to gain this scar, and we can't find Kate's.
All right, well, we'll get to test some of that twin mental matching power as we go along, but we'll get straight into it. The rules of Brain Date are very simple. We show the contestants a prompt, and after seeing or hearing the prompt, they write down the first thing that comes to mind. We then compare answers, and if two contestants gave the same response, then they match and they score a point. You can match with more than one person in any particular game, and the people who score the most matches by the end of the show win. All right, well, let's get into this first question. We're going to show the contestants 4 pictures, and they have to say which one sums them up the best. Well, let's see what the Blue Brain's made of that. And Dan?
D, the squiggle, definitely, so I can build into the donut from there.
Mark, how about you?
I picked the squiggle as well, generally because I'm all over the place. I'm like an octopus.
The girls don't want to hear that, Mark. All right, and Scott? Trifecta?
Triangle.
The triangle.
Yep, because someone's got to sit at the top.
I think I like the triangle too. The Trinity is a very sacred thing, isn't it? The Christian Trinity of God, Jesus and Satan, and of course there's the Matrix Trinity with those black leather pants. But of course, here at Brain Date we see things slightly differently, and we've got a picture that represents these shapes in terms of what you're really thinking of. So with that in mind, let's switch to the Pink Brains, and we'll go to Rebecca first.
Unlucky, I'm a circle. I don't really know why, I just like the shape. There's no edges, it's rounded, it's comfortable.
And how about you, Amanda?
Myself, I'm a squiggle. I'm a little bit all over the shop. So I can't seem to follow a straight line.
All right, fantastic. So you score some matches there with Dan and Mark. Kate?
I'm a square. It's straighty 180 really.
All right, Kate said square there, but unfortunately she gets no matches with the Blue Brains, so we'll move on to the next question. And in this question we're going to play the contestants 3 sounds, and they have to say which is most representative of the worst way to die.
Ooh, honey.
Okay, well we're starting with the Pink Brains this time. Rebecca?
I said C, car crash. I didn't like the sound of that.
What kind of car do you drive?
An Astra.
I don't think anybody's going to be seen dead in that. So you should be all right. Amanda, which do you reckon was the worst way to die?
I
out of
went for the
those?
car crash as well. I have had a car crash in my ex-boyfriend's car actually, and yeah, it wasn't a pretty sight.
How about you, Kate? Which do you reckon's the worst way to die?
Same as everybody, C.
I know when I was a kid, I always used to have this fear of a piano falling on my head. As soon as I stopped hiding under the piano, it went away. All right, but let's see how Dan went. And if he said car crash, of course, he scores a match with all three pink brains.
Yep, C, car crash, preferably over a cliff.
Mark, how did you go? Which do you fear the most?
Yes, I simply went for C, the car crash, because the other two I didn't understand.
And Scott, are you going to complete the sextet?
Nope, I've got bees.
I've got the killer bees.
Killed by bees.
So there we go. Everybody has matched over car crash and death. It's like a David Cronenberg movie, isn't it? Now that the contestants have died, we're going to show them two things to find out where they're going. Mark, where do you reckon you'll be heading?
Well, hopefully I picked A, Heaven, because I've read both brochures, and Heaven was the better brochure.
So Scott, being a metalhead,
To hell.
you're obviously on the way down. Dan, how about you?
It's heaven. I like the idea of that escalator. Just saves a bit of walking, that's all.
So we'll move on and see whether we get any matches from the pink brains, and we're starting, of course, with Amanda this time.
Oh, I'll go up, I think. Haven't been too bad in this life. Let's see how it
Oh, I
goes.
don't know. I don't think God is that forgiving. Kate, escalator up or down?
Definitely going up. I've been pretty good in this life, so I think I deserve to go to heaven.
Rebecca.
Yep, heaven for me too.
So again, we've got a lot of matchmaking in heaven, but unfortunately Scott, he's going to hell alone. Well, maybe with Mandy, maybe Goldie, but we'll move on to the final question in this round. And here we're going to play the contestants a video. There we had a dog, a power tool, and another power tool. Let's see what Amanda made of that one.
I went for the Power Tool B. Put him to use.
A nice bit of B&D. Black & Decker. Kate, are you the B&D fan?
No, I was a dog. He didn't seem too impressed when he opened up the box, so I figure he didn't want to be looking after a puppy.
I also went for the dog. I didn't expect it to be the size of that dog, but I thought, because the power tool wouldn't have fitted into that box either, but I thought he didn't look very impressed at all.
Bits of a puppy.
That's when you give them the puppy and the power tool. None of the pink brains are going for the handcuffs. We'll see whether we've got
We're
some
off to
more.
heaven.
Of course. Right, let's cross the blue brains.
I went for the power tools, because the expression on his face, it meant more DIY.
I went for A. Everyone loves a dog.
Finally, Scott's on the board with the twins. Dan, how'd you go?
Going power tool, because the girls reckon I'm a bit of a Stanley power drill. No extensions needed.
And at the moment, Amanda's matching fantastically with both Mark and Dan. What we're going to do is go to a break, and we'll come back for round 2 on Brain Date.
Another great way of making a relationship last is to have things in common. Like if you're stupid, it helps if he's stupid too.